YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. We have a formation guide for you today. We have a couple of videos coming up the next couple of days. We have a formation guide today. We have Pence Race Your Squads coming up soon. I don't know when. Soon. I don't know. I actually don't know. But anyways, today we have another video. It's another 5-3-2 formation breaker. This is going to be how you break a 5-3-2. And guys, it is simple. In order to break the 5-3-2, I'm not going to go into any gameplay in this video because how everyone plays the gameplay is different. Everyone plays the game a different way, but there are certain ways that you can implement, or certain tactics you can implement into the game to get the best results. So how I found that in any formation you play against a 5-3-2, you need to attack. You need to be high press, high attacking. You need to maintain possession and constantly be bombing at their back line, because eventually they're going to get frustrated, want to break out, and as soon as they try and send their fullbacks forward or one of their center backs gets a little more width, you are going to exploit that space by getting the ball back as soon as possible. So we're going to go into it. We're going to be using the 4-3-1-2 with this here. So this is going to be both balanced offensive and defensive settings. Width is going to be 5s, a little bit more wide, because we do want to provide a little bit of cover on the fullbacks, because those will be the primary source of their attack. Will be the wide fullbacks that bomb up and down the pitch. So we want to provide a little bit of cover on those guys. In depth, this is extremely important. You need fast center backs. Varane is a good option. I don't know what's going on out there. Varane is a really good option. Of course, it's Varane. Koundé is another good option. Any center back that's going to be fast. You need pace in order to play a high depth, because you're going to have fast players, especially if you are maintaining possession. They're going to be counterattacking, trying to bomb out, but you need to be a high depth so that way you can keep them up the field. Even if they do get the ball back and you get the ball back quickly, you can keep the ball moving up in their third or their final third or their half, whatever. So balance, 5 width, 6 to 7 depth. Either one doesn't really matter. Not really a huge difference between the two. Offensive style is balanced. I've tried a bunch of different things with this. Long ball just seems to really not have the options going forward. It seems to be more of the tactic that's with like a 50-50% possession base, I guess. So fast build-up isn't exactly it either, because we don't want to get counterattacked. This fast build-up is what is going to lead you up into counterattack. So we want this set to balance. If not possession, you can try with possession, but I would recommend balance for this. Width, we wanted around 5. 5 to 6. Width isn't really a massively important thing, because they are going to have their fullbacks wide. So I would try to stay maybe a little more narrow, because now that I think about it, they are going to have their fullbacks more wide. So try and keep this no more than 5, maybe down to 4. 3 maybe get a little too crowded, because it is a very, very narrow formation as it is. So I would say 4 or 5 is a good balance. Now, going into the instructions, if I can get this right here, instructions for each player. The big thing that you can do with every single one of these players is set them to aggressive interceptions. We have every single player in this midfield and attack set to aggressive interceptions, and other than that, everything from there is going to be balanced. How we are going to be controlling our players is using L1. The L1 is the trigger, the modifier, whatever, that sends players on runs. Essentially, this is an in-game mechanic that I don't know if a lot of people know about. All you have to do is just aim to a player using the left stick and press L1. It will send that directed player on a run towards goal, wherever, towards their goal line exactly. So everything is going to be set balanced on aggressive interceptions for your attackers. Your center attacking mid, everything literally balanced and aggressive interceptions. Moving on to your 3 midfielders. This is where you win and lose games, is these 3 in the midfield right here. You need these guys to be very well-rounded players that can defend and attack and pass. This is super important right here. Everything has to be set to cover center. Everyone is going to be set to balanced attack, because you want them, doing both, basically, attacking and defending. And aggressive interceptions. You want to get in the passing lanes. You want to intercept every pass that you can and essentially win the battle in the midfield. You win the battle in the midfield, you're going to destroy a 5-3-2. Absolutely destroy it. So what you're going to want to do with your like Curtis Jones and Bruno Fernandes, this is going to be where you provide a bit of width in your attack. So McTominay will be staying central, and of course all 3 of these guys will be setting to stay central, but Curtis Jones and Bruno Fernandes, your 2 outside central midfielders, will tend to drift a little bit wider just naturally as soon as they move forward, because Maros will be occupying that central role. So Bruno and Curtis Jones will be kind of it almost will act like a 4-1-2-1-2, not quite wide, but not quite narrow either. It'll be right in that central, like a good mix, if that makes literally any sense whatsoever. And you will be wanting to play literally like a little diamond or whatever in your midfield 4, and using L1 to modify to send your 2 strikers on runs, and that will be where you create all your opportunities. If you have the ball with Bruno Fernandes, you will be aiming towards Sadio Mane, pressing L1, sending him on a run, and trying to slot it through there. Same with Curtis Jones and Marcus Rashford, you get it. Kurzawa and Kyle Walker, everything is going to be balanced with these guys, and both your center backs balanced. We want Kurzawa and Walker getting up the pitch to keep the pressure up. And I think with the higher depth, we will be able to avoid the counterattack. You will get counterattacked, not frequently, but that will be the only way that they can really attack you. But with the 5-3-2 having a fairly flat midfield, they're not going to have a lot of progressive players. They're all going to be flat. They'll be back in defense. So their only forward options will be the 2 strikers, which will be each man marked by your center backs. So like I said, you get 2 pacey center backs in there. Boom, you are all set. So to recap on this video, all you need to do is just basically high press, get in the passing lanes, and force turnovers. That is the biggest thing you want to possess. If you get around 60% possession, you are most likely going to win the game. FIFA 21 on next gen at least is a slightly bit more possession-based game, and you do need to possess the ball in order to win games for the most part. I'd say about 80% of the time. It typically does work as long as you are attacking. This is not a formation where you're meant to pass around until you find an opening. You need to be aggressive, bombing forward, getting shots, and forcing your opponent to either block a shot or forcing their goalkeeper to make a save. So, guys, let me know how you get on with this formation. I've used it a bit in combination with the 5-3-2 against it, and essentially using it like a 3-3-4, where I've got about 2 strikers and the wing backs almost near in the corner flags almost. Let me know how you get on with this formation. Let me know in the comment section down below what you find to be most effective against the 5-3-2. And personally, these are the 2 formations that I found. It makes the game fun too. You will have some high-scoring games, defensively and offensively, but this seems to be the best way that I can beat the game. So let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We will see you in the next video. Peace, fellas.